easy. Just gotta. I don't want to drop these. Like these are literal power banks or portable chargers if you're tech illiterate. Even though phone batteries have gotten so big to the point where some phones can last a day or two without needing to charge. But sometimes having a power bank can come in clutch. Say that you're going on a long trip and don't have access to a power outlet, or you're a really heavy user and just need just a little bit more juice in your phone to last you through the day. But of course, after a quick Amazon search, there is a sea of battery banks, and you don't know which one are like actually safe or ones that are literal bombs. You also find power banks come in tons of varieties and sizes. Like power banks have like 5,000 milliamp hours, 20,000 milliamp hours, 1,000,000 milliamp hours, and also charging speeds, which can be important if you want something to charge, let's say, a laptop or your phone super quickly. So in this video, we're going to take a look at 3 common power bank sizes, ranging from 5,000 milliamp hours, 10,000 milliamp hours, and 20,000 plus milliamp hours. But before we start, I gotta explain a few things. First off, if you gotta buy a power bank, buy it from a reputable brand. Some of these power banks are claimed to be like having super high capacity from a brand name that you can't even pronounce. In reality, like they're scamming you. They are probably literally taking time bombs. As for brands I recommend, brands like Anker or Ugreen. I also heard Baseus and Inu is good, just to name a few. Those are solid brands that make safe power banks, but also reliable ones that will never let you down. I personally use these power banks for about a month, and I could say even like off brands like Ridge, decent charging products. Another thing I'd like to clarify is the capacity. Even though you see power banks claim, oh, this is 10,000 milliamp hours, that could be right, but more accurate way of stating power bank capacity is watt hours. Watt hours pretty much tells you how much power these power banks can hold over an hour. For example, I have this Samsung smartphone that has a battery size of 5,000 milliamp hours, and this power bank I have also has a capacity of 5,000 milliamp hours. So in theory, if I charge the smartphone using this power bank, it should fully charge, right? That's where you're wrong. Due to this thing called thermodynamics, you only actually get like 60 to 70% of the energy out of the power bank, because the rest of the percentage is lost as heat. In reality, this 5,000 milliamp hour battery bank will only charge this phone up to like 60 or 70%. Here's an example using watt hours instead. I have this iPhone SE. The battery capacity in watt hours is about 6.96 watt hours. And on here, Anker claims this power bank has a battery capacity 19.35 watt hours. In theory, I should be able to charge a smartphone like more than twice. In reality, I was able to get like 1.5 times charge out of this power bank. So in short, watt hour good, milliamp hour bad. Because the milliamp hour is just, because there's battery banks that are this big and heavy. In reality, they can only charge your phone like once, maybe twice. With all the technical BS out the way, let's actually figure out which power bank is right for you, the viewer. Let's get into it. First up, the 5,000 milliamp hour power banks. So these have a typical capacity of about 18 watt hours, more or less. Most of them charge at 5 watts, but I've seen some high-end ones charge up to 20 watts of power. So the example I have here is this Anker Nano MagSafe power bank. So the superpower with power banks of this size is, well, they're extremely small, or in this case, extremely thin. Like this is thinner than some smartphones. Most of the power banks use a USB-C to charge and also to output power. Some high-end ones also include wireless charging. So you can basically use this as like a wireless charging puck and carry it around as like as backup juice. Other power banks this capacity are like also really small. Like some of them could be the size of this marker right here. Yeah, I mean that's also the downside with these power banks is due to its size, especially if it like have a smartphone with a really big battery, like it won't fully charge it. It's only really be used to like top off like your phone or even your tablet. You just use it as like a last resort. So if you need something super small, light, give you enough power to last you through the day, you cannot go wrong with the 5,000 milliamp hour power bank. Next up, the 10,000 milliamp hour power banks go have a capacity of around 38 watt hours. So I call these the middle child, mostly because I mean they're twice the capacity of the, but they're also, power banks themselves are not big and bulky like this one. So the example I have here is the Ridge power bank from Ridge. Some power banks also have like multiple ports in this size category, but some higher end ones like this Ridge right here, it has MagSafe wireless charging. You can also charge your Apple Watch on this thing. This thing has 2 integrated cables, one USB-C and a lightning port. And this one also tops out around 20 watts of power. I've seen some power banks can output up to 45 watts of power, which is actually insane. Like at that point, you can actually charge a laptop. But the reason why you get a power bank in this size, if you say want to charge your phone more than once throughout the day, or you want to be able to fully charge your tablets. So yeah, the only downside is, yeah, they can be pretty thick. Don't get me wrong, I see some 10,000 milliamp hour power banks that try to miniaturize, like this Anker one right here. This is actually like a good balance between needing something to just top off, but also needing something to be able to fully charge your phone or tablet. Now the final boss of power banks, the 2,000 plus milliamp hour power banks. Some of these have a base capacity about 74 watt hours, but I've seen some that could go just under 100 watt hours. And there's a reason why they don't go any higher than that. So at least in the United States, you cannot have a power bank over 100 watt hours. These things have enough energy to them to destroy a plane, not even kidding. I highly recommend just buy a high quality power bank. The example I have here is this Anker 737 24 milliamp hour power bank. This is straight up overkill for my use case, but why not? So power banks in this size, I mean, they could be as slim as this, and they could be as long as this power bank right here. This thing can output up to 140 watts, and it can also charge at that speed. The high-end power banks in this section is just straight up bonkers, man. Only reason to get a power bank like this is to like charge your phone and tablet multiple times, and or you just need to charge your laptop. This thing has so much power in it, it could charge a MacBook at full speed. So that thing's gotta charge quick, and it's able to fully charge your MacBook. Of course, some power banks have multiple ports and also some other fancy features like a nice little display. It shows all that information about the batteries and stuff. But then again, you also have to be wary about the size of the power banks. I highly recommend just try to get a power bank under the 100 watt hours, especially if you're like flying. Downside to these power banks is yeah, they're literal bricks. And also to unlock the full potential of these power banks, especially like the higher end ones, you're gonna need a high powered charger if you want to be able to charge these things real quick. Like if I pair that charger with this, fully charge in like 30 minutes. If you need a power bank that has days of power and you're like traveling and you need to charge your laptop, I highly recommend this one. I hope this short little video helped out a little bit. Yes, there's more people out there saying detailed stuff, but I just want to get like the no BS, just a basic buyer's guide. So I hope this helped, and I got more stuff coming up.